Hey up, me ducks. How are we all? Wow. Well, that was interesting. Poor Scylla. But before we get onto that, let's do some hellos for people who have migrated across from the other live. So we've got first one in is Malamia. Hi, Malamia. And we've got our Jackie and Jen and Brant, Richard, Jamie. We've got Corvin and Jackie and Sandra and Chris. We have Melissa, David, Gerald. Hi, Gerald. Marina, Patrice, Antoinette, Robin. Godzilla Black not sitting. She's dead, Robin. I don't know if you didn't get the telegram. Just breathe. I'm fine, Sandra. Everything's absolutely fine. Scylla was obviously, you know, kind of, I wouldn't say upset, but annoyed that it wouldn't work. But we've rescheduled for next week, and all's good. Who else have we got? Our Tangi and Emma and Angie, Patrice. I think I said hello to you already, Patrice. And Gigi, Richard, and Joanne. Hi, Joanne. Who else have we got? Justin. Hello, Justin. How are you? Kim, Nancy, Owl's Perch. Hello from Florida. Nice to see you here. Tarot trainee, Celia, and Selkie. Hello, Selkie. Kristen, Louise, Regina, and I think, oh, Scott. Hello, Scott and Ingrid. Nice to see everybody. So, yeah, so I could see Scylla. I could see her and hear her, but every 10 seconds or so she would freeze and she just couldn't see me and she couldn't hear me very well. And she tried rebooting her Wi-Fi. She went to her mobile phone, which was perfect for me. I could see her and hear her really clearly on a mobile phone, but she got no visual for me, and it was just the same. It was like, so it was the same on her laptop as it was on her phone, which indicates it's her Wi-Fi. So she's got a tech guy. How sophisticated is that? She says, I'm going to get my tech guy to come in and have a look, and we'll try again for next week. So what I thought I would do is just come on for a short while, maybe an hour, still keep the same time slot, you know, finish around 5:30. But I don't really have anything to talk about because I planned to talk to Scylla about her decks, all of her decks, including her Oracle, which is the Day was of Creation, which I keep in this bag. Yeah, and then talk about her new decks, because she's not just working on one, she's not just working on two, she's actually working on 3 decks to be released in the next 12 months, and one is about ready. So she really made use of lockdown, you know. While some of us were wallowing and like, oh, this is awful, she actually made full use and, yeah, created 3 decks, which each of them sound incredible. And she'd got everything ready to show us. But next week, fingers crossed, everything will be ready for next week. Merry Christmas. Jackie, our Jackie, the enabler, said to me in a chat last night, was it Becca's chat? Might have been in Becca's chat last night. She said, did you know, Simon, that Bailey's is on offer at the moment, a litre bottle for £12, just for Easter? And as I was in the supermarket today, I saw the promotion end with them on, and I heard Jackie in my ear saying, buy it, buy it. So I told her I bought it. She's like, well, you deserve it. We deserve it. So cheers, everybody. If you don't, you know, I know we've passed Ostara, but it's still that time. It's still spring. It's still the holidays. We've got a long weekend here in the UK. I don't know about other parts of the world, but Good Friday yesterday, Bank Holiday Monday for us, which always follows the Sunday bank holiday of Easter. So, and I booked the rest of the week off. So I'm on my holidays, so I thought I would have a Bailey's. I think I've missed a bit, says Magda. What have you missed, Magda? Holy smokes, that's a big one. It's deceiving. It's only a little. See, if I hold it like that, it's only a small glass, look. But because it's right in front of the camera, I mean, that looks like a goldfish bowl, doesn't it? But look at this. Look at the scale of my hand to my head. Remember, I have a big head. Maybe I should put it in relation to my head. It's a little one. It's all about perspective. How many times do you watch a walkthrough of a tarot deck and the cards look really big and clear, and then you get them and you open them up and you're like, ah. I did get a tarot deck this week. I'm not going to show it because if I do show it, I need to do like I did with the St. Jinx and perhaps do it private, or put, like Chris has from Elemental Cartomancy, some warning out there. So I'm not just going to whip it up. I got Tarorama. And that was another one because Chris showed them very clear up with his downward facing camera and then lifted them up. They were really clear. And I was looking at them and thinking, these are almost kind of not faded out, but some of the images are quite faint. No wine until Lent is finished tomorrow. There'll be no talking to Richard tomorrow. So he comes into Tarot Playdate. Just look for his typos, because he can have another glass of wine tomorrow. Jackie, you little minx. Does Sandy know about him? What's going on? What am I missing? The deck from the Roses and Lilies. Are we on about the 1909? Yeah, so the 1909 is a deck that I got, I think, on Monday. So that was another one that came this week. But, if I'd thought about it, I could have done the giveaway today, but I haven't got people's names because I'm giving away the 1909 art restoration deck. But I'm going to throw in a copy of the Los Scarabeo 1909 as well. I know that's not even released in the US yet. An unopened copy, because I got 2 copies. So instead of just this now as the giveaway, and that was for the channel birthday, the Hermit's Cave being 4, you'll get this and the 1909 from Los Scarabeo. I received my first Moderna shot yesterday, and I feel so much better that I finally got it. Well done, Marcia. That's brilliant. What are you whipping out, Simon? I beg your pardon, Elaine. It's very saucy of you. What am I whipping out? Did I say I was going to whip something out? I'm sad about the study deck. Didn't get a chance to get it. I know. It always happens, doesn't it? You know how people say about, well, not all people, but some people go on about why some of us feel the need to get backup decks. And, you know, I've heard people saying that, you know, it's not necessarily healthy, all that kind of stuff. But the study deck, I've raved about because I love it. I think the card quality is wonderful. You know, it's a scanned copy of the PAM A. It's a great RWS with no copyright or anything on it. And it was one of them that I thought I will get a backup of it. It's on me playing cards. It'll be around forever. I'll get a backup when I've got a bit of spare money and there's no other decks like that ever happens. You know, I only have to open my phone app to see that I've got decks on my wish list. But, you know, those times where I might be ordering something from May Playing Cards and I can throw a copy in the basket. But it's no more. And then you know, those people who kind of say, well, you know, why do you need backups? Because I'm fortunate, I've got a copy. There are people, you know, like our Corvin, who's just said that they didn't get a copy. You know, so I'm grateful that I have, but of my favorite decks, I do like to have backups. What's that? Who cares if it's healthy? French fries aren't healthy, but I bet not many people would turn them down. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that thought process anyway about, you know, what's healthy and what's not. The only time I think something would be healthy is if an obsession became that, you know, an actual obsession, and other things in your life was affected in an adverse way. Like you weren't feeding yourself or looking after yourself properly because all of your money was going on an obsession. But if you've got a pot of spare cash at the end of each month that, you know, some people choose to spend that on going out for meals, cinemas, theatres. Some other people just like to keep getting pinging, don't I? And I thought I turned all my sounds off. I choose to spend it on things that give me joy. Such a shame they don't make a perfect deck. Traditional backs and good cardstock with Pixies font. We see, for me, David, that's what this is. Because, you know, I love these backs. I love the Crackle backs. I think it's a lovely, nice, thick deck. The cardstock is really nice. It's antique-ish looking because it's a scan of the pane. It's Pixies font. There's no copyright. For me, I don't think you can rival this unless you actually get the pane. So yeah, it's just wonderful in my mind. I was going to say something then. It popped into my mind and went just as quickly. What was I going to say? Yeah, I can always remember when I got the Tarot of 80 weight, which had the Crackle backs, and I loved it, but the only thing was they don't use Pixies calligraphy. And I remember saying on a live like this, why can't they release a deck? And I knew why, because of copyrights and things, but why can't they release a deck that has Crackle backs, Pixies calligraphy, scans of the original, well, not 1909, but the 1910 or 1909, and, you know, copyright free. And here it is, or there it was. That's a lovely deck. It really is, Kristen. Okay, Tanji, good to see you. Oh my God, that's terrible. What's terrible? What's happened? After having my favorite deck stolen years ago, I will always have backups of my favorite if possible. I completely get you. And if people think that, you know, well, we're living in some sort of fear or, you know, it's not healthy, then that's on them, you know. Have as many backups as you need. I've got backups of all, more or less, all my favorite decks. Beat me to it. I love the AU8 deck too. Shame about the font. Yeah. Oh, it was in Corvin's purse and their purse was stolen. Good morning, our Simon. Good morning, Neem. How are you? There's bigger problems in the world. Wish those people would just go as hard for more pressing problems. Let's dismantle white supremacy, not the so-called unhealthy psyche behind backup decks. Yeah. I can't say it any better than RL said it, really. Oh, Gomez is here. Hello, Gomez. What else? I'm sure I saw something in capitals. Oh, it was just somebody saying hello to somebody. Yeah, so the floor is yours. We have 45 minutes. If you want to ask anything, then fire away. Or if there's a subject you want to talk about. I didn't have time to think about it, really. Everybody was in the other chat saying, are you still going to go live? And I wasn't. And then I thought, well, may as well. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Maddie. Hey, let's roll around on the floor. You won't see me, Robin. If I got down on this floor, you won't see me. Unless you want me to trawl through my decks, you mean? That's a good idea, Kim. What's Kim's idea? I like backups for gifting. I do, and I have gifted some of my backups. If I know somebody wants them, or, you know, sometimes, and I'm not alone when I say this, I'm sure, sometimes we get that deck that we really think we're going to connect with and work with a lot, and we might do initially, and then for whatever reason, it's not like we fall out of love with it, but other decks kind of vie for your attention. I sometimes think, well, I don't really need a backup for that because I don't think I'm going to use that enough. So then I'll gift it, you know, rather than just have it take up more space. Who is your favorite tarot mentor? Says Carol. Tarot mentor. As in author? Well, I suppose a mentor can be anybody really who teaches and inspires, can't it? There's a few. Obviously Pixie, because of her art. Her art inspires me. Rachel Pollock, because hers was the first book that I ever read on tarot, other than Tarot Bible. Who else? Mary Kay Greer is pretty amazing. Sasha Graham. Yeah, there's quite a few, really. I have a backup of New Choice that I may try to trade with someone. I've got a backup of New Choice as well. I had to when I knew that that was a limited number and I loved it so much. I had to get a backup of that. Jen says, I only have 3 backups, but all were gifts. I don't think I've yet purchased my own backup. But I have a couple on my list. And the thing is with backups, like I was saying earlier with the study deck, they don't necessarily take priority when you only buy one in the first place. And a lot of the times I will buy one initially, although with Brant's Tarot, Moonbaby Tarot, I've bought 2 because but usually I'll buy one, realize how much I love it, and then buy another. But that's the problem. When you've got other decks that you want to get, buying a backup sometimes is like, but that prevents me from getting another tarot that I don't have. So there's always that to factor in. Elaine says, Simon, did you ever back the Stardust Tarot dice? I didn't, Elaine. No. In fact, I cancelled a Kickstarter pledge to be able to get Brant's because they're both going to go out at the same time. I was like, that's too much. So I thought about it, and, you know, I love the hoi polloi and I love what Brant has done with it. So it was no contest really. And Brant is coming on. If you've seen in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, I put it in there on Monday. Brant will be joining me to show you his new tarot deck, which is almost at 200% backed on Kickstarter. I think I saw him in here. So well done, Brant. It's an amazing achievement. It backed within a couple of hours, I think, a few hours, and it already, I say backed, it crossed the line on Kickstarter in a few hours. And I didn't know till I woke up, because I was on Chris's channel, Elemental Cartomancy, doing roundtable reading with him. And by the time me and Chris stopped talking after the broadcast ended, I think it was coming up for midnight. So, and I'd been up since 5:30, even though I could lay in the next day, which I did. I went straight to bed, didn't check my phone or anything. And Brant had let us all know that he'd put the Kickstarter up. So by the time I woke up yesterday and seen it, it'd already crossed the line, and the early bird single ones had gone, but yeah, it's done so well. Can you add to your cubes when you need more storage? There's no room. Unless I get a single cube column to go here, but I really like this little corner. I really like my little corner there. No, but I have freed a lot of space up by going on top. You know, I went on top. Let me see if I can show you, you know, up there. So having all those big boxes up there has given a lot of space back. Space back. I always wanted you. I actually bought myself a backup of The Darkness of Light because it's one of my favorites. See, I gave away my backup of The Darkness of Light, or I traded it, one of the two. But I've got both versions. I've got first and second edition, I think. Good question. I'm trying to pause, but I may pick up Deviant Moon as it took me a long time to consider getting that one. You're not going to get any arguments for me on that one, MA. Hey, Simon, I've got a topic for you. I'm on an Oswald Worth kick. Apparently there are 3 versions. I just got 2. There's one from late 1800s and 1920s and 1970s. It's like the US Games one you're on about. My favorite is by My Lucky Card. I love the Oswald Worth from My Lucky Card. Well, that's a big tease, Sandra. Sandra being a big tease. What's she saying? I think I may have found my soul deck. I'm going to do a walkthrough, so I'm not saying just yet. Oh, dear. What else? I made myself a backup of the new choice, which is now my primary new choice. I made myself a backup of the new choice. I mean, the beauty of the new choice is just the incredible cardstock, isn't it? But if you've already got the original, I mean, it's always here on my desk. For those who are in the chat and don't know what we're talking about, it's this beauty, the new choice Tarot de Marseille. I mean, look at that for artwork. Absolutely gorgeous. Roz is now, oh, that's upside down. Roz is now working on New Voice, which is an RWS themed deck. But this is the nicest cardstock I've ever had, ever. Bar none. I have so many decks, but I never back up, especially if it's mass market. What? They certainly fall low on the priority list. Yeah, especially if the mass market. I'm with you. Yeah, I think actually the majority of my backups are indie ones. The majority, not all, but you bootload your own backup, and I can't believe she puts it publicly. It took me a minute for the penny to drop. I don't have any backup upstairs. I beg your pardon. But I have a regular and mini. What, Laurie? I don't have any backup stairs, but I have regular and mini. Brantipoo's deck that was mentioned, so I'll put a link in. I had to do that before too, Simon. Cancel one pledge to get another. Just have to sometimes. You have to make those choices. And because it's Kickstarter, you have to look at the date that the money's going to go out and make sure you've got the funds. And I don't put tarot decks on credit cards just because if I started putting tarot decks on credit cards, that would be a slippery slope. So if I can't afford it, I don't get it. And people will often say to me, have you seen this? And I'll just say, yeah, but I can't look at it for a month, because if I know what I'm spending, I've got my allocated amount, and I rarely go over that. I bootleg my own copies of The New Choice, and this might hurt. I love them. I'm very excited about our live. I'm excited too, Brant. It'll be nice to have you on again and have a chat with you. I love a good riffle shuffle too, Melissa. I was back at number 3. I'm still trying to figure out who 2 was. Anyone want to fess up? It'll be Melissa. Melissa would be 1 or 2. Perhaps Brant 1 and Melissa 2. I was like number 96, I think, by the time I got to know about it. I'm so excited for your live on Monday, guys. Yeah, so it's 7 p.m. on Monday, 7 p.m. That corner looks really lovely. Thank you, Sandra. Elaine says, I back Brant and also Pocket of Peers. So that is to look forward to in August. Oh, is it August? I think I'm going to trim my tarot of the she this week, and then we'll edge it. Yeah, I shimmed mine. I trimmed mine. I don't know if I've got it. Oh. See, I know exactly where every deck is. I don't. But Tarot of the She, yeah. So Chris has just got this and he's filmed a walkthrough. I think he's going to premiere it. No, I shouldn't say that because he hasn't confirmed he's going to do that. But obviously at some point it's going to be on his video, on his channel. And I enjoyed it when I got it, but I didn't really connect with it. And then I had the idea to trim it, and I'd seen other people trim it. So it wasn't really my idea, I guess. But it's one of the best trim jobs. It's not going to show really here. It is perfect. And I measured it out on the guillotine really nicely. And it doesn't really affect the backs too much. But what it does is just really, I kept the top and the bottom, you know, because the images are a little bit, you know, they challenge me, I suppose. But having those sides taken off, the card is like a normal tarot size now. In fact, let's have a look. Might be a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's still a little, it's the same width, but it's still a little bit taller. So it's the same width as a regular US Games tarot card. But just look at the images now that they're trimmed. I'm trying to get it without the light. There you go. It was just so beautiful. I'll just show you a couple. There you go. So yeah, I love it. I love it trimmed. And who was it? Was it you, Chris, that was saying you thought it was out of print? It's one of Schiffer's most popular decks. It's always in their catalogue. Actually, pull it back till I'm not forgetting later. So what else have we got? I'm about 10 minutes behind. I loved it anyway, Jamie, but this just completes it. I'm not even sure if I'll trim it now. Oh, okay. Aspasia is moving across country on May 1st. I'm afraid to order any pre-orders or back Brant's deck. Thoughts? Well, I would say, and people have probably already answered this now, it was 10 minutes ago, but I would say back it anyway, because just before they ship, they send out a survey to see if your information, and even if it hasn't changed, you still fill out the survey. So I would back it, because August is a while off and you'll be settled, and you will get a survey from Kickstarter saying we're about to ship, fill in the information. So I found I need a backup of the Neo Rider Tarot. The Shadow one is the one I love so much. And that's the slippy one, isn't it? So if any that you'll probably need a backup for, especially if you work with candles, would be the Neo Rider Shadow deck. I love the Shadow deck. I love all of those 4. I'm really glad that I made the investment and got all 4 of them, because I think I would have regretted not having them all, because they're all so unique but make a lovely set. These days I'm feeling more drawn to self-published decks. Yeah, me too on the whole, but it can be really challenging now with trying to get from overseas and stuff. So it's always a bonus when you hear someone is in this country. So the deck that I bought this week, which is Tarathon, it was with me in like 2 days, and postage was brilliant. So Jamie sent her new choice to Zane. That's a lovely thing to do, Jamie. I'm not surprised. If you were to be a character in any tarot card, who would you want to be? I guess I'd probably be the Page of Cups, because that's who I see myself as. I don't want to be in the Five of Pentacles. Do you mean one of the archetypes? I mean, somewhere between the Hermit and the Page of Cups, I guess. The new choice cardstock is so fantastic, but my OCD does not let me shuffle it. Too perfect. But my do-it-yourself copy, I have no qualms about beating up. Yeah, I get it. I do get it. And it's funny, isn't it? Because when you know something's out of print as well, you are more cautious. This, I never really mattered if I hadn't. It's a bit noisy. If I really kind of shuffled it heavily. But now I think I would, because I'd be like, oh, if I damage any of these cards. What do you guys use to edge your decks with? When you do, I realise this may not have a quick answer. My apologies, says Scott. So I'll show you, Scott, a couple of either Winsor & Newton Pro markers. So these are the ones who have a pointed end. You see there, one end. And then on the other end, there is a chisel tip. And that, you'll see a little groove in it. That's ideal for edging decks, using the chisel tip. Or, if I've got one in here, the Sharpie Professional. And this is the one I get asked most questions about, because they are harder to find. You probably see these ones more, which is just your standard Sharpie, black Sharpie. But the ones with the rubber grips on the side is the Sharpie Professional. Do you see it says Professional in that little box there? Sharpie Professional. These are the ones that I find leave a really nice shiny finish to them, rather than the dull matte finish. So it ends up looking a bit like a vinyl record, the old vinyl records. It leaves that kind of finish. So I always recommend the Sharpie Professionals or the Winsor & Newton Pro markers. There are lots of other good pens out there, lots of other products available, and different people prefer different ones, but they're the two that I tend to stick with. I was awake for today, so that's good. Probably the Page of Cups. Caroline knows. Hello, Caroline. People are now answering Scott's question about the pens. Have you ever had the hots for a card in a deck? I have the hots for the Emperor in the 20s version, the Golden Worth. I mean, there's quite a few cards in the Lightseers, isn't there? There's a few in there, a few court cards and a Dishy Devil. Yeah, there's a few. Maybe New Choice as well. But not where I'm like, oh my gosh, because they're just drawings. That's smart, Simon. I definitely put them on the credit card. Oops. Yeah, I know me, and that for me, that would be a slippery slope. Because if I'm putting it on the credit card, I would be kind of like, well, I've already put 3 on. What's one more? Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying everybody else is like that, but it's certainly in my character. And I don't want to get, I'm fortunate enough to be debt free, and I want that to continue. So yeah, and I just know it'll be a slippery slope. And if I ever have had to put something on a credit card, it'll be one thing that I know when it comes in, I can just pay it off, rather than things on there that I can't pay off and it builds. I hate that feeling. So it's good to have an allocated amount each month. Wow, I'm really behind, aren't I? Well, I wasn't backer number 2. I am backer 29. I win. I was first. Elle, you was first. Wow. Melissa, have you sent a hate mail? I had to spend all my spondulies today on the essential items to ensure I didn't buy decks. Very adulting of you, Antoinette. Debenhams have an amazing underwear sale at the moment. I thought Debenhams had gone. I thought this 250-year-old store had ceased to be. Chris is having Xmas quiz flashbacks. Oh, do you know, if Jen can make it this coming Christmas, there's going to be 3 of you. 3 of you vying for that crown. Laurie says, Simon, not on credit cards. Very good. I got 1 credit card and maxed out on decks. The temptation. It's really easy to do, isn't it? It's really easy to do. And even if, like me, you've got an app or whatever with your wish list, doesn't matter. Just when you can get them, you get them. Or when you have birthdays and Christmases and your family and your loved ones say, what would you like? You can just pick something off there. Yeah, there's always the risk that they might go out of print. But then I am kind of more philosophical about that now. And as either it's not meant to be, or just because it's gone out of print doesn't mean A, that I'm not going to acquire it by a trade or something in the future. And B, it might come back in print. It might get picked up. A classic example is the Byzantine tarot, originally produced by Connections, just been re-released by Red Feather. So it happens. Things come and go. Another example, look how everybody was so devastated when Japaridze was suddenly, without warning, it went out of print, but it's come back, How do you find out what number back you are? It tells you, Chris, when you are backer number, then all your correspondence, it'll have your number at the top. There's going to be an Easter egg hunt behind my house in a few minutes. That sounds fun. But isn't it tomorrow? Or are you in Australia? Maybe it is tomorrow for you. Something else I beat you at. Oh my goodness. War. I backed Pocket of Piers Tarot. Is that Joanna Nelson? No, not Joanna Nelson. Jamie Sawyer's deck. It's not one. I don't mind people in tarot, but I bought that. Is it Queens and Queers deck from Little Red Tarot, and I never use it because it's just people. And I don't mind that in Oracle, but I struggle sometimes in tarot. I just got Tarot of the She a few days ago, and I love it. It is a great deck, Scott. Kickstarter sends you an email with your backer number. See, I'm answering these questions, and I'm so far behind. Everybody else has already done it. Bet you're like, oh, Simon, catch up. Jackie's number 47. Missed the early bird by 2. I missed it by like 10 hours, Jackie. And the new word shimmering our decks. Trimming and edging. I love it. Shimming. Did I slur on my Baileys? Great trim job. Looks beautiful trimmed. Am I really that far behind? Oh my gosh. Right, I'm going to catch up because this can't be fun for you lot. Hi, Simon. Hi, it looks like I missed the chat. We'll catch the replay. Nice to see you, Ellie. There's more of you. I thought Mum was the only OTT money budgeter. Anything is OTT when I compare my lack of budgeting. I love the Neo Rider Shadow 2, says Caroline. I'm just going to look for capitals or tags now. How did I happen upon Simon's channel? How to edge a deck. Then I was on the hunt for 3 RWS decks, and who came up? Simon's channel. I didn't need a third search to subscribe. You mean my how to edge a tarot deck wasn't enough to make you subscribe, Neem? It was only a very quick demonstration. I have no decks with sexy men in it. Kristen Louise, you're going to have to sort that out. Is the sun setting where you are? No, we've got it's still high in the sky. Does it set? Now we've gone into British summertime. It's not setting until about, is it 8 p.m. or something like that? So a good couple of hours from now, maybe 3 hours from now. Wow, there's over 100 people here hearing me rant, doing an impromptu live. I wasn't able to do it in Facebook either because you have to give Facebook 10 minutes notice. And I thought, I can't have everybody sitting around for 10 minutes. So I just wanted to give 5 minutes notice. Wait, I thought of something, Melissa. I was witness to the first prototype being unboxed and flipped through, and now I throw it back to you. Rap battle style. Why did Melissa come back with something? Oh, this is good. This is juicy. Come on, what did Melissa say? How's Melissa top trumped her? What did she say? What did she say? Help me. I can't find it. Elle, I might have ultimate bragging rights. I already have a copy of Brant's deck. Oh. And I hate to do this to you, Elle, but Melissa also has her name on the box. I feel like I saw the sun setting in your face. It's probably the ring light, is it? The ring light. It could be. What are you drinking in that fantastic looking cup? Well, hippie therapist, I am drinking a Baileys because it's the holidays and I have 10 days off. And our Jackie let me know that it was on offer for the Easter holiday period. So I decided to have a treat. Don't schedule it on a work day, please. I'm begging. Oh, the Christmas quiz. Well, it's always on the 23rd because I go away in the morning of the 24th. So when does the 23rd fall this year? So many delightful decks these days. There will always be something like it somewhere to later date. Exactly. Oh, Caroline says, I decided to subscribe to the Witch's Moon and the Witch's Bounty. I have so many decks I need to work with. For me, it will be a nice addition to my practice. Wow. Damn it. Okay, I can't beat the name on the box, Melissa. And she already put that then. What she put? But I can say same to that. And that I was on call with him whilst he was making it. Boom. Oh, dear. Melissa, a word to the wise. Elle is probably one of the most competitive people I've ever come across. in my 50 years of being on this earth. It's a futile battle. Simon, have you had any further reflections on your reading with Chris the other day? Do you know, I have. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because in the moment, for me, as Chris was talking, I'm also thinking about how I'm interpreting it. So, and I know Chris will say, what are your thoughts, Simon? So it's not that I'm not listening to him. I was listening to him, but watching it back, and I've only watched half of it back so far because I think it's 2.5 hours, something like that. I've watched half of it back so far. I've got a lot out of it by just listening to what Chris is saying rather than thinking about how I'm interpreting the cards as well. And I guess that's the danger with having two tarot readers where one's doing a reading for another, isn't it? Be like, having a mechanic look at the engine of another mechanic's car. I guess, and you'd want to jump in and say, well, actually, So, but yes, I have had lots of reflections on it, and it was such a good experience, one that I was kind of apprehensive of. And if people are watching this and you're not sure what we're talking about, on Thursday night, and if one of my mods wants to put a link in, that would be great. I was a guest on Elemental Cartomancy, Chris's channel, for the round table readings. And I asked a question, which was about how do I further expand my practice with the tarot and my spiritual path. And he did, I think it was a 10 card reading plus a soul card. And it was great. And Chris is such a talented tarot reader. He really is. So it was a great experience. What pastel deck is it? I'm not quite sure what that is. No, Robin. You have 10 days off. You bringing back Quarren Stream for next week? No, I'm having 10 days. This is the only time off this year that I'm going to get to have downtime because I'm away in May. I'm away in August for the meetup. I have plans for October and I go away at Christmas. So this is the 1 week, and I'll be going to my mum's quite a bit this week. And I want to get some walks in. So I'm doing 10K on Monday morning with a friend. It's our 10K challenge. So it's going to be a mix of just having some downtime, because I've not had any time off since Christmas, having some downtime, having some exercise, and also seeing family. Doesn't mean I won't pop on, and I'm on Monday with our brand anyway. Wasn't Celia on today? Scylla, I think you mean Colleen. Yeah, she was having technical difficulties and she couldn't hear me properly. So we're rescheduled for next week. War. Singing war. You lot. You dare, Chris. What did you say? I'm screenshotting this and framing it. L. Melissa, I have been defeated. L said, Melissa, I have been defeated. Wow, how did I miss that? Yeah. Feel free to share it in the Hermit's Cave. Screenshot it, edit it, make it pretty, stick it in the Hermit's Cave. You play a good game, Miss L. Oh, I bet that stings. You play a good game. So when are things going to be announced for Tarathon? When is it? That's also something that I'm going to be looking at this week. Now I've got some time off. I've had the forms back from people who want to take part. I think we had something like 7 slots available out of the 24. And so I need to, because I've got a reserve list as well, I need to slot them in, put all the slots in, and then I'll go back to the group and start asking for topics. So this week it's confirming everybody in their slots, and then I'll give people a couple of weeks to give me topics, and then we'll issue the schedule. But we know when it's happening anyway. It's at the end of May. So yeah, it's about 7 weeks away, I think. Thank you, Jen, for the roundtable reading link. I agree, Simon. I did the same and learned a lot more when I watched back and managed to read all the comments. Yeah, it's a combination, isn't it, Sue, of what I said, you know, kind of thinking about how you're going to interpret it, but also conscious that there's nearly 50 people in the chat also, you know, and I was watching what they were saying. And so it's nice just to sit back with a cuppa and ingest it. Chris is an amazing reader. He is. The roundtable readings are brilliant. Yeah, it's a great concept. Oh, thank you, Chris. The pleasure was all mine. Justin, Chris is all right. Couldn't read at the time. Simon, I wrote another email. Okay. Simon, my daughter on YouTube just hit 100,000 subscribers yesterday. Her plate came in the mail. It's beautiful. My daughter is really a Twitch content creator. You're talking a different language. I don't understand any of that. She got a plate and she's a Twitch content creator. Congratulations, but I don't know what it means. Hi, Erin. Nice to see you. Good for you on the 10K, Simon. Looking forward to hearing all about it. If I survive it, I will. I used to do that walk quite regularly a few years ago. I'm a few years older now and a few pounds heavier, but it's not going to help drinking Baileys, but there you go. I'm already triggered by that statement. I bet you are. Git. Where are we? Tarathon, yeah. So we're up to Tarathon now. I think I'm catching up. Chris is kind of a big deal. Twitch is another platform. Oh, okay, not another one. I've only just discovered TikTok last weekend. I've not been back in since last weekend. I went in, had a little bit of look around, had a few chuckles, and then I came out and life got in the way, so I've not been back. I thought about signing up to be part of Tarathon, but I'm not sure of my topic. Well, I mean, it would be the reserve list now anyway, Gerald, but invariably people pull out, you know, life gets in the way, we all get busy, and sometimes people say, I can't do it now. So we always have a reserve list anyway. So if you do, drop me an email, cybright@me.com. I'll send you the form. Just fill the form in with your details, send it back to me, and then I'll put you on the list. YouTube sends you a plate with your name on it. What sort of plate? You get an award from YouTube when you hit 100K. Wow. Oh my God, Simon, don't start doing TikTok. I won't do TikTok. I don't think I'm a TikTok-y person, really. Or what's Twitch? What does Twitch do? I was going to say, is it for the youngins? But I can remember when I first joined Facebook, everybody was like, Facebook's for kids. And now my parents are on it, and they're in the 70s. Simon received 100,000 plaque. Oh, what a plaque, right. Tarastash, maybe next year. I don't have a consistent or long enough brand, so I didn't apply. A consistent or long enough brand. The only criteria really is that you're proficient at doing lives, because it's a 24-hour continuous stream. So the aim is that, you know, people can have a schedule and drop in and out whenever they want during a 24-hour period to know that they're getting tarot related content. So it doesn't matter the size of your channel, as long as your topic is tarot related, because it's Tarathon, and you're proficient at using things like StreamYard or any other kind of live streaming platform, then you're good, you know. TarotTube had me from 2 p.m. till 11:20 p.m. Go on, Dar, do TikToks. What would I do? I still have refused to. I was the same. I was like, I'm not going on to TikTok. And my boss sent me this video, and it was a TikTok thing, and I watched it, and it was really funny. In fact, I shared it. It was the peekaboo, the little parrot that pops up, or cockatiel, or whatever it is. Cockatiel, I think. Could even be a budgie. Me and my birds. It popping up behind this beer can, going peekaboo, and it was hilarious. And because I kept pressing it and watching it, it opened up TikTok, and I was like, oh, let's have a little look around. Hi, Tammy Pie. Impromptu, caught you. I'm on the road to Santa Fe. Wow, enjoy. A road trip. What day does it fall on this year? What, Tarathon? It's always Sunday to Monday, 10 a.m. UK time on the Sunday. Is it like the 30th? The 30th seems to be in my mind. I think it was 31st to the 1st last year. I think it's the Sunday to the Monday. And Jen was saying that it's a bank holiday on the Monday, which makes it even easier. Are you looking for Tarathon participants? I missed what you were saying. We have got them, but you're still welcome to email me for a form, because we have in a reserve list, because every year people pull out. You know, it just happens. Illness or family events or whatever, people pull out. I got down a TikTok rabbit hole that lasted 4 hours. Oh no, that's the problem, you see. I haven't got 4 hours for that sort of rabbit hole. Oh my God, Anna, you got to do Tarathon. Absolutely, email me, cybry@me.com, and I'll ring you over the form. It would be great to see you out and about. Loved your road trip videos. Yeah, I've got to keep a couple of days free in the week, because I'm supporting somebody who's going for a job. And I know I'm on holiday, but you never really switch off as a manager. And as soon as that gets advertised, I've got to support this person to apply. But I do want to try, and especially if it's weather like it is today, I do want to go out for a bit of a walk and take you guys with me, because I've not done one since last year. I've not done a walk with me. So I didn't have 4 hours. May or June. May or June. I'm not sure what you mean. I think I've caught up. Wow, it's past as well. Shall we pull a card? Both of you being in Nottingham, have you and BJam met for coffee? We haven't yet. And where I used to work, still with the same company, but we've got premises in the city, and I've moved to the city premises. But where I used to work, just on a little town outside of the city, I was literally 5-minute walk from where he walked, and where we live, we're literally 5-minute walk from each other. And seriously, no, not oh, it's only 5 minutes. I actually mean 5 minutes. But we haven't, and I think it's just because of all the lockdowns and things, it's just not happened yet. But I'm sure once coffee shops open and things like that, we'll meet up and have a coffee. What JBT said, Anna, I could listen to you for hours. Any chance to root for the new choice fool to pop up in a reading? What? My sister-in-law died of a brain aneurysm just out of the blue. Oh no, Tammy Pie. That's awful. Is that recently? Is that why you're on the road trip? Oh no, that's awful. I'm so sorry. That is awful. Yes, please. I'm interested to see what the message for today will be. Okay. In honor of Scylla Conway, let's go with the Shimmering Veil. So, a message for our week ahead. Yeah, thoughts are with you, Tammy Pie. I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm looking for the wine bars to open. That Sat Arvo session for the middle-aged. Well, as of a week on Monday, we can sit outside at the pubs. And if it's a day like today, that'd be lovely, won't it? Oh, I like the Shimmering Veil. I do, Elaine. It's my favourite deck of 2020. Oh. These are lovely and matte as well. All right. Message for the week ahead. Oh. We have the Six of Swords. Or in this deck, the Six of Air. Look at those clouds and the waves as well. So this is a transition card, isn't it? And, you know, because this is all, the Shimmering Veil talks of, you know, multi-dimensional, 5-dimensional beings. And I see beings in like the cloud formation as well. I don't know if anybody else can see it there. But yeah, it's a card of transition. And sometimes, you know, we have to pull back and retreat temporarily to allow our lives to open up and take us on that journey to a better place. With it being the air suit as well, it's about not allowing those seeds of doubts to get in and take root. You know, and we are promised that at the end of our transition period, our spirits will be elevated and we will see things more clearly, and we will be back sailing in those smooth waters on our path, knowing clearly where it is that we need to go. So it's about making sure that as we go through this transitional period, that we, you know, we don't allow the seeds of doubt to creep in, and that we trust in the journey that we're on, and that it will take us to that, those calmer shores, a brighter future, one with clarity and peace of mind. Are those good or bad exclamation points? The Playdate card. Looks like a bit of travelling on the rough sea. Yeah, and I like how this is, you know, just like in the RWS, you've got the calmer waters in the foreground, and then you can you've got the rougher waters, and then you can see the calmer waters. Here, they're on these waves. This boat is on this wave, but look at these calm waters here. So it is weathering a storm, isn't it? But knowing with a surety, you know, not allowing those seeds of doubt to take root, that, you know, the calmer waters are ahead, where with those clear waters you have clarity, but with it being the air suit, it's clarity of the mind. Great card, moving on to calm and to a better place in thoughts in our journey. Yeah. What? The neighborhood in Philadelphia is back in action. I was coming from work, but I was tempted to stop for a drink. Oh, you've got a gay community. Ours is kind of non-existent now in Nottingham. They've all, I suppose it's evolving with times. They're probably not seen as being needed. Thank you, Anna Astral Lady. Don't mind if I put Anna in front of that. Know what your channel used to be called? Once upon a time. Go on, whack out the quote of yours, Dar. Which one, Elle? Which one are you referring to? The one about we're not all in the same boat, but we are all weathering the same storm. We're each in our own individual boats. That one. We're all weathering the same storm, but in different boats. All right, all right. You see, I didn't until prompted. Tom Hanks getting off the island. Yeah, without Wilson. Yes, hold on to a better day. Oh, you know me well, don't you? Because it's my name. Yeah, I got rid of Anna, but it's still true. That's in my mind. That's what I was thinking of. Anna Astral Lady, which was your original channel name. Smooth, very smooth. All right, you lot. Thank you for being here. It's been lovely to spend some time with you. Sorry I wasn't able to bring you Scylla Conway this week, but fingers crossed with the IT guide that Scylla has, everything will be resolved for next week. And yeah, I hope you'll be able to join us. It gives you a week to think of some questions that you might want to ask Scylla. But she's wonderful, and it was lovely to chat to her before we was due to go live anyway. But see you all later. Enjoy your fabulous long weekend. And yeah, until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.